for several from our sponsors. Diamond City Surplus, now open 24 hours a day. Management reserves the right to refuse service to anyone, especially since this one is called Way Back Home. Remember?
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
Excuse me.
You look like someone that needs a drink.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Let me know what you'd like. Yeah?
Excuse me.
If you need a weapon, you've come to the right place.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Let me know what you'd like. Yes?
Hi.
Need armor?
Let's see what you got.
Let me know what you'd like.
From what I hear, that rogue scent at Libertalia is a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Sometimes Quentin is really mean to me, but my mom says I have to be nice to him.
It's stuck.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
If Elder Maxon ordered me to follow the gates of hell.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Pridwin. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, I believe you still possess an important piece of data that Proctor Ingram is eagerly awaiting. I want you to bring it to her immediately. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress.
There are some rumors out there
Dismissed.
in the Commonwealth that I have heard. You know the one about the railroad?
I have something urgent to report,
The
Elder.
group that
The Institute is
actually
attempting to
helps
recover
help
escaped
the
synths at
synths
Bunker
don't
Hill.
escape the
How did you
Institute,
obtain this
yeah?
information?
Well,
Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
Maybe it's not just a rumor. I mean, it is as far as I know, of course, but I mean, they may actually.
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly. Well done, soldier. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismiss, soldier.
Adjusting internal bayonet pressure. Green lights across the board.
I forget.
Here's music. Now it's Bing Crosby, everyone. Yay.
Carrington wants word.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor.
How do you even fit down here in that?
Desdemona.
I just heard the most fascinating rumor. This sounds crazy, right?
It's all true.
Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. We know you got inside with the help of the Brotherhood of Steel. My hope is you've infiltrated them for us. Or at the very least, your true loyalty lies with us. So let's put it to the test. We have a vital mission that only you can carry out. You up to it?
I'll stand by the Brotherhood of Steel.
You do know their plans for synths, right? Genocide. Please, take some time. And turn back from this dark path you're walking.
Desdemona.
The Brotherhood would murder every synth if they could. Please, work with us instead.
I'll do the mission then.
You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot. There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute, who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So we gave him the codename Patriot. So you need to infiltrate the Institute and make contact with Patriot.
I'll do my best.
Excellent. Tom devised a way to send a message to Patriot. We can plant a coded message on an Institute terminal. And, if all goes well, he'll respond. Just see Tom, and you can proceed from there.
You're the
Can
real
I talk
deal.
to you?
Something on your mind?
Actually made it inside the Institute.
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
Hey, it's Fixer. Fixer's back.
Hope you enjoyed that song by Warren Smith, because I can't take it back.
I've been waiting for you.
Hey,
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside, 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting. That looks like requesting backup relay now.
Those guys were tough, so... Have to be even tougher, so... And there's, But that's just what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. Segue. Back to the music.
Through the key.
I just... Something like Danny Kaye.
Who's there?
I paid up, so get lost.
right, Synth.
Please.
C322, initiate reset. Authorization code, Gamma 49 Typhoon. You there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
Relax. You're free to go.
Really?
I cannot allow you to set these synths free. You will be terminated and your actions will be reported.
You'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
I can't believe you do that for us. Thank you. I can't believe you do that for us. Thank you.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
You cannot remain undetected for long. Engaging hostile life form. Targeting. Down.
Keep your heads down! Bunker Hill is ours!
Hey, Spots.
Die! I
don't like it. Irony.
detected. Curious, the sensitivity of my sensors is someone present needs adjustment. By order of the Institute, you must be destroyed.
Filled with super mutants. So that's fun. I guess maybe they're gonna take over. I guess that's an improvement, right? Brotherhood instead of
is inevitable.
Mutants. That was a joke. By the way, I was totally kidding. Didn't really mean it. And if the Brotherhood is listening, I'm sure you're very nice. Please don't kill me. Here's Roy Brown.
You cannot escape detection for long.
Take it away, Roy.
If they return, I will be ready. Hostile
Go ahead and hide, little bleeder. Human!
Lock's really strong.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Bob Crosby this time, not Bing. In case you got confused. I sometimes do.
They kept me alive, too.
They did, indeed. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role.
Out there in the Commonwealth.
So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Trying to blow it up or make it disappear or something.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Harris. So, there are some rumors out there in the Commonwealth that I have heard. You know the one about the railroad? A group that actually helps? They help synths who want to escape the Institute? Yeah? Well, maybe it's not just rumor. I mean, it is as far as I know, of course, but they may actually be out there.
It sounds kind of crazy, if you ask me. And if it were real, it'd be super dangerous, I bet.
I think it's way safer to just sit here and play music.
Why do these objects keep moving?
Because I move them. And I forget. Here's music. Okay. How about Johnny Mercer? I kind of wonder if this one is supposed to be a joke. Does anyone know?
If you need fixing up, let's get a look at you.
It must make you proud. Out to see all the...
Song by Warren Smith, because I can't take it back. Coming to you from the jeweled green, the green, I mean the great green jewel of the Commonwealth. It's Diamond City Radio.
I've heard stories. The surface sure sounds strange.
Now here it is. Anything goes. By Cole Porter. I mean, I would play anything by Cole Porter, but this is anything goes.
Power demand jumped another 5% this year.
oil spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Sounds like an important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir?
Yes, Dr. Ao. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No! You can't
Please,
be serious!
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
This can't be happening. I only just found you.
I've had the same thoughts more than a few times. But we cannot let this stop us. Our work must continue. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
The Institute's a big place. It might take a while to learn where everything is.
Well, you know the radio plays that I air sometimes? It's occasionally in the right order?
I had no idea.
I know this
Silver
is...
Shroud.
Well, it's a
sounds
lot
like,
to take in at once. I'm sorry.
Someone takes them really serious.
I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without
There
even
are,
asking
reports,
first.
I guess, about sightings of the
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Killing people that hopefully deserve it. This next song is Mighty, Mighty Man. That's twice in the title. I'm not further modifying it with my opinion.
Des has something urgent for you.
Oh, man, you were actually there? Inside the belly of the beast? If the Brotherhood gave you a custom holotape, that's what I'm looking for. Anything that survived Institute security is gold.
Here you go, Tom.
We're in business. You know, I need... Shit, I'm already done. Just plug this baby into any terminal in the Institute, and our man Patriot will get back to you.
I love old world widgets. Worth a fair amount, too.
You gotta be careful, man. The Institute is everywhere.
One more hour till my shift ends.
distribution center.
Up there, assume you're being watched. Always.
Ah, good, you're here. In development. A raider gang has captured one of our...
Use the back entrance. Too much traffic to the church and we'll burn this high. You really walk the freedom trail. By yourself. Bet you never met a synth before Glory.
When running synths out of the well, wastelanders can be a bit trouble.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
Have you seen J522 around? He didn't show up for duty today.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
Welcome. Please proceed directly to processing.
Today
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm new here.
Remember, health and happiness go hand in hand.
So you will be our new director. That was... Well, it sounds like things are pretty bad in bioscience. I hope you can resolve the situation.
Hey, so, there's this bit of news that, it might interest you. If not, hang on a minute and I'll go back to...
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
Had, maybe something like, Green Tech building? Where those mercenaries lived? The Gunners! Gunners, that's it. That was like their base, sort of. Only, they're pretty much all dead. Those guys were tough, so, I mean, I guess whoever killed them had to be even tougher, right? And there's, I don't know if this is true or not, but...
I knew Dr. Hicks was dissatisfied, but I didn't think he would go this far.
The Institute was involved. But that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. It's probably... right? Segue. Back to the music, I guess. Right Behind You Baby is next. It's a really upbeat song, but I don't know. I feel like maybe Ray Smith was a little... maybe? Buddy?
I think he's actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really...
Security's too tight.
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted
Higgs
to
and Logan
access
have
terminals
officially
in
lost their
section.
minds. They'll
Is
be lucky
Dr.
not to get
Ao
inside.
mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing
The
a
commissary
terminal?
is always open. Would you like some processed sustenance packets?
I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your
The
duty.
commissary is always open. Would you like some processed sustenance packets?
What do you mean by suspicious?
I mean, like Dr.
See something we should...
If you ask me, this ridiculous plot by Higgs and Logan is just a stunt.
Not everything you've heard about the Institute is true. Give us a chance.
Hi. Isn't it wonderful here?
I'm looking forward to working with you, future director.
Yeah?
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
When Father named you as his successor, I'm sure it blew a few windows.
That song was, Hold On. It was by Three Sons. And,
Without access to bioscience, how are you going to live?
For goodness sake, be reasonable.
Hey,
I know you can hear me. Now open this door.
there's this
What's the
article
use?
in,
I'm as
the
frustrated
newspaper
right now as I've ever been.
occurrences.
I just can't believe this.
It's something. I mean, I'm not saying anyone is a saint. You know, I'm not saying it's.
What's going on?
Correct.
Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken have decided to protest your appointment as father's successor. They've taken control of the bioscience security systems and cut off our food supply.
From the mayor's office.
I'm sure they'll calm down in time.
I know these men, and I can assure you they are completely serious.
Nothing to worry about. That it's.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can help with that. I can unlock the maintenance tunnel that leads to the bioscience observation room. From there, you should be able to communicate with Higgs and Logan. If you can't reason with them, you can use this holotape to access the command functions on the observation room terminal. That should give you some options. Just please, try to talk to them first. Use violence only as a last resort.
Well, exaggerating. At least. I mean, I'm not accusing him.
Here we are.
Can't pick this.
Just give me a moment.
Either of those categories.
There, it's unlocked.
Take it away, Bob.
For what it's worth, I think you're a fine choice to take Father's place.
It must make you proud to see all the Father has. Oh.
Unknown identity. Clearance.
Higgs and Logan are no better than children throwing a temper tantrum.
So your father's father. That's weird.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths. At once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to, you know? Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger.
Liam.
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
sure some of the others will question your appointment as our next director. Don't let it bother you. Remember, they control
Hey
the
there.
princes.
Nothing to report, sir. Reporting status. All functions normal.
I would be happy to assist you.
Hi.
I would be happy to assist you.
Good. He's here. C-114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the railroad does, Z1. He's from the surface.
I've never met another human willing to help. But, sir, we must make this quick.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
I'll find it for you.
That's great. Unfortunately, the obvious place to look won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the railroad. I need those login credentials.
You're listening to, Diamond City Radio. If you're listening at all. What about some Nat King Cole? He's good, right? Can't go wrong. Nat King Cole.
Half of you know this already, but something so big. I can't ask people to keep it secret any longer. The rumor is true. One of our agents has made it inside the Institute.
Is this what Tinker Tom was working on?
Yes, Tom's work is related, but the device and the assembly was the Wanderer's doing. After the device was assembled, he made it inside the Institute, and then back out.
Where is the Institute?
We're not sure exactly. Best guess is that it's somewhere under the old CIT. But they've been using a teleportation device to get in and out, so it could be anywhere.
What did he find out?
I know you all have questions, but I've said everything I'm going to. But know this, the ops you're planning and running now are the most important of our lives. We have a chance at rescuing more synths than we ever dreamed of. So get it done. Have you met with Patriot yet?
I met Patriot. His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it.
Hey, Dez is looking for you. I hope that you take that armored behemoth off on covert missions.
Confirmed.
We've got an emergency.
Pam.
Glory's
Preliminary analysis complete.
We were hoping Bunker Hill bought us some time.
Preliminary
but the
analysis
Institute's continuing to dismantle
complete.
our operation.
Preliminary analysis complete.
Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by surviving structures. One match found. Bergman. Wilfred. Bergman. Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
Thanks, Pam.
Complement detected. Analysis irrelevant.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed that last song. Okay. Hey, how about a bit of good news? If you know, haven't already seen him, which I did, so I know it's true and not just something I overheard. Nick Valentine is back in town. He was gone for a while, and some people, who are totally not me, thought that... Well, they thought he might be dead, or destroyed, or whatever. Anyway, glad you're back, Nick, even though we never really talk. Like, ever. Let's find out what Danny Kaye knows about civilization. some, news. Well, more of a rumor, really. But that's kind of like news, without the commitment. Anyway, it's about a vault here in the Commonwealth. So there's that vault. It's number 81, and it stays pretty much closed all the time, right? Well, the rumor that I have heard, what's going around, I mean, people are saying there was some kind of disease outbreak. I don't really know how serious it is or whatever, but you might want to think about, you know, the vault. I mean, avoiding the vault. There's only so much you can do to avoid diseases, right? But I mean, the vault was right there. I guess maybe it was pretty bad there for a while, and some people died. But things are, well, they're better now. Yeah. Here's Frankie Carl with a song that, frankly, sounds a little too good to be true. I'm not saying he was embellishing. Well, no, okay. I guess I am saying that. Never mind. Here's one more tomorrow.
I hope you realize how much you did for us.
Hey there.
I'm sure I have something you need.
Let's see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Another day of hard work. It never changes.
Hey.
What can I get you?
Sure. Let's see what you got.
Here's what I've got. Sure. Got it. Not many doctors around these days. Should let me take a look at you.
Yeah. See what's wrong with me, Doctor.
What's feeling off today? What can you tell me?
Too much radiation. I feel sick.
All right, let's flush your system. And that's that. Anything else bothering you?
That was it.
Take better care of yourself.
Davis, a name I still find confusing. time for some news, I guess. Sure, why not? So, there's that saying that sometimes truth is better. No. Truth is stranger than fiction. Well, you know the radio plays that I air sometimes, occasionally in the right order. You know the Silver Shroud. It sounds like someone takes them really seriously. Maybe too seriously. There are reports, I guess, about sightings of the Silver Shroud in the Commonwealth. In Good Neighbor. Anyway, I guess... Oh man, this is so weird. I guess this Silver Shroud is, like, cleaning up the town or something? So now there's a superhero out there defending justice, I guess. Or at least killing people that hopefully deserve it. Now let's hear a really good song by Bob Crosby.
the Code Defender password for Patriot.
Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Our final analysis indicates the Institute is far more formidable than we ever feared or imagined. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriot's 13 synths will undoubtedly be the last we ever save. Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all the synths. Every last one of them.
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste this opportunity. The Institute will never let their slaves go without a fight. So the heart of our problem is manpower. Even if we call in all our agents, and we will, we won't be able to hold our own against the Institute for long. Talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight and risk their lives to earn it.
Z1 seems capable of that.
We always thought Patriot was the savior of the synths. But it may be more accurate to say that Z1 is. As much as we owe Patriot, we can't be certain how committed he is. If he learns we're willing to kill to free synths, he may not have the stomach for it. So get what you need from him and then cut him loose. Good luck. We're all with you.
Undecided by Ella Fitzgerald. I know the feeling, Ella. I know the feeling. So the Minutemen are out there, doing things in the Commonwealth. What kind of things, you ask? Well, I will tell you. That they have taken over the castle, which I guess there was time ago, a while.
I can understand why he'd be looking for
Or monsters? Or monster fish? Maybe? I don't know.
You get me what we talked about?
Not relevant.
And I'm in business.
The Minutemen are there now.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver. You know,
everyone else, too.
hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming.
Yeah.
Even with that password.
How
So hand it
about-
over and I'll get started.
How about some music? Here's Butcher Pete by, Ray Brown.
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But Synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the synths to fight against us.
You won't be alone. The Railroad will fight with you.
Together, we have a chance. I admire Mr. Benet a great deal. We can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
For what it's worth, I have every confidence in you. I'm sure some of the others will question your appointment as our next director. Don't let it bother you. For what it's worth, I have every confidence in you. Higgs and Logan don't speak for all of us.
Ask my friends if they take up arms for their freedom. I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once the fighting begins, many others will join us. But we will fight and die very quickly unless we have weapons. A lot of them. Given the right materials, we can make our own crude but serviceable weapons. Unfortunately, we're missing a few critical ingredients.
I have weapons I can give you.
Excellent. Deposit anything you can spare in Maintenance Closet 3B. But we need enough weapons to arm an entire rebellion. So the ingredients are still necessary.
Tell me how I can help.
We've come up with a plan to get what we need. The Institute's always expanding. Excavation just completed on one of the sublevels. The mining equipment has been packed into crates, and they haven't been moved yet. That equipment has everything we need. Thanks to Mr. Binet, the construction crew is populated solely by my friends. But they're under constant supervision. How do you feel about killing some guards?
I'll do it, if it's necessary.
We could come up with no other way. After you eliminate the guards, we'll move the supplies and blow up the tunnels behind us. To the SRB, it will be a tragic construction accident that killed many synths. Rare, but not unheard of. And then, our dead friends can assemble the weapons we need. Good luck.
hear that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
Systems nominal. Greetings, sir. Scanning. Subject identified.
Please
Operating
direct
at
all
full
inquiries to
capacity.
G981.
Excuse me.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Nothing to report,
Hi.
sir.
G981 is our shift leader.
Construction is proceeding according to schedule.
Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed. Initiate your stealthy attack was. You must die. Actuator standby. Have sustained a head wound. Description confirmed. Allows me to terminate you in self-defense.
Another good one. Another good one.
I can't believe a human would do this. For us.
Soon, this will all be under wraps.
So,
Remember
there are some
Z1's
rumors out
plan,
there
everyone.
in the Commonwealth
Grab
that I
everything
have
we
heard.
can use.
You know the one about the
Especially.
railroad? A group that actually helps. They help
Now that we have
synths
weapons,
who want to escape the
next time you will
Institute.
not fight alone.
Well, maybe it's not just a rumor. I mean, it is as far as I know, of course, but it sounds kind of crazy, if you ask me. And if it were real, it'd be super dangerous, I bet. I think it's way safer just sit here and play music. Why do these objects
Unit X6
move me?
speaks highly of your plan.
Because I know them. And I forget. Here's music. Here's a real classic from good old Nat King
You
Cole.
have done your part,
Orange-colored
and
sky.
we'll do ours.
It's a
Weapon
good one,
construction will
no matter
begin
what anyone
immediately.
says.
This is a good start.
The greatest challenge remaining is keeping all of this secret from the SRB. So we're being very careful, which, unfortunately, takes time. For now, please continue working with Father. We can't afford for him to grow suspicious. When my people are ready, I will contact you.
For what it's worth, I have every confidence in you. Higgs and Logan don't speak for all of us.
something. Made it past the guards, That's it. If you've come to change our minds, then you're wasting your time.
No way to pick this. I know you're angry, but there's a better way to handle this.
Oh, you're wrong. You see, I've tried talking. For years, I've suggested that we do things differently here, but nobody listens. Let's see if anyone can afford to ignore me now.
Father believes in me. The least you can do is give me a chance.
How could you hope to lead us when you hardly know anything about what we do? I'm sure you mean well, but you must see that it's an impossible task.
I'm under no illusion that this will be easy.
Your determination is admirable, if misguided. The truth is simply this. You have no idea what it means to be the director of the Institute.
Can't you at least give me a chance?
A chance? What do you think, Max?
Even the most fastidious researcher must sometimes take a leap of faith. I say let's give it a try.
Very well, then. Open the door, and let's return to the fold.
Synths, abort command override and resume normal functions.
Only opens with a key.
Bravo! I admit I was fearing for the worst, but I can see that I underestimated you.
I'm just glad they listened to reason.
Indeed. There is one further matter to discuss. Obviously, some kind of disciplinary action must be taken here. The question of what form it takes is up to you.
There's no need to drag this out. I believe they learned their lesson.
Your compassion and understanding speak well of you. I'll take that holotape back. I also wanted to offer you something as a more personal expression of gratitude. I know that your work often takes you to the surface where supplies are scarce. I gathered these items together for you. I think you'll find them useful.
The ink spots with "It's all over but the crying," because that part never really stops. I mean, the song ended, ironically, but the crying mentioned in the song never stops.
Scanning. Subject identified.
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
You showed a lot of leniency with Dr.
Well, there's this article in the newspaper.
Not everything you've heard about the Institute is true.
Give us something. I mean, I'm not saying anyone's saying. I'm not saying it's correct.
I know you'll achieve great things here.
And you know, of course,
we
the
all
mayor.
will.
I was I have to read. I have a statement from the mayor's office. You know, it's well, I mean, it just says here there's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know, safe and all, everybody. Kind of right. Well, it's something to think about, I guess. Next up is, going out.
It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
I hope you realize how important mass fusion is to our overall goal.
Son.
I dislike resorting to the use of Commonwealth technology. But the advantage it will provide in this case cannot be overlooked. I hope you realize how important mass fusion is to our overall goal.
Sean.
I hope you realize how...
about a bit of good news. If you know, haven't already seen it, which I did, so I know it's true and not just something I overheard. Nick Valentine is back in town. He was gone for a while. Some people who are totally not me thought that. Well, they thought he might be dead or destroyed or whatever. Anyway, glad you're back, Nick. Even though we never really talked, like, ever.
Are you a pistol-packing mama? If you are, this song is about you.
You got a dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Hope you ain't one of them since here to spy on me.
I need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I've ever seen.
Yeah?
Can't remember the last time I...
Yes?
I can patch you up if you